Driving under the influence of prescription and OTC drugs, Part 1. The ability of a substance to endanger your health, produce intoxication, or make you a risky driver has very little to do with whether or not it is lawful. Many over-the-counter, OTC, and prescription medications can have side effects that make it unsafe for you to drive. Furthermore, many legal medications have the potential to be fatal when used excessively or for an extended period of time. Any medication taken otherwise than as prescribed by your doctor, pharmacist, or the prescription's instruction sheet can have a number of serious side effects. Even following pharmaceutical instructions to the letter in some situations can result in unexpected side effects that make a person unfit to operate a motor vehicle. For instance, certain drugs may result in 1. Drowsiness 2. Double or blurry vision 3. Sensitivity to light 4. Large limbs 5. Nausea 6. Restlessness 7. Focus issues. There is still a significant risk of driving impairment when taking several popular medications, despite the rigorous standards governing the authorized drug compositions used in prescription and OTC pharmaceuticals. Be cautious of the following medications. 1. Medications prescribed for anxiety 2. Antidepressants 3. Any product containing codeine 4. Anti-allergy drugs 5. Anti-influenza medications 6. Cough suppressants 7. Pain relievers 8. Tranquilizers 9. Stimulants and diet pills. Legal medicines may be somewhat safer than illicit ones, but they can never be completely secure. The issue is that it is challenging to forecast precisely how a medicine will operate because it depends on a number of variables. The degree of impairment a patient will experience while taking a medicine depends on their dosage, diet, lifestyle, and genetic makeup. One individual may be entirely fit to drive while using a certain drug, whilst another person may be completely unfit to drive while using the same dose of the same drug. For this reason, even if your doctor has advised you that you should be fine to drive, it is crucial that you pay attention to your own mental and physical health when taking any drug that has the potential to impair driving ability. In the event that you cause harm to or the death of another person while operating a motor vehicle while under the influence of a legal substance, you alone will be held accountable, not your doctor. DUI, OTC drugs, and prescription drugs. You could be charged with DUI or DWI if your driving is significantly affected and it is discovered that you are under the influence of several OTC and prescription medications, just like you would be if you were driving while intoxicated by alcohol or an illicit substance. Legal and illicit drugs are treated equally under the law in the majority of states when it comes to DUI trials. Carry the prescriptions for any medications you take while driving if you want to avoid legal ramifications. If a police officer pulls you over and discovers prescription drugs in your car, they might ask you to provide them these papers. The risks of taking pharmaceutical drugs. When taken carelessly, prescription drugs are particularly risky. Keep in mind that many prescribed medications are produced with small amounts of illegal narcotics and can be quite dangerous. Codeine, a typical analgesic, is an opiate, similar to heroin in its biological mechanics and physical effects. Unfortunately, people are frequently unaware of the risks associated with using prescription medicines because of their legal status. Despite the fact that prescribed medications have legitimate medical uses, they are nonetheless just as deadly as illicit substances. In actuality, many prescription medications pose a comparable risk of physical or mental dependence and abuse as illicit narcotics with no accepted medical value. They are given because a medical professional thinks the benefits of using the medication outweigh the risks. This does not imply that they cannot harm a person's health or leave them incapable of operating a vehicle, particularly if the patient does not take the medication as directed. Long-term usage of addictive prescription medicines can swiftly cause the patient's dependence on the drug to outweigh any duty they feel to use it responsibly or worries they may have for their own health. Over 53% of the 41,502 overdose deaths that occurred in the United States in 2012 were attributed to prescription medications that are entirely legal. Prescription drug classes that are among the most hazardous and often abused are as follows. Opioids, drug that lowers central nervous system, CNS. Brain stimulants, let's speak about the dangers of utilizing these medications and how they can affect your ability to drive. Opioid-based prescription drugs are typically used to manage chronic pain, which may or may not be related to other health issues. All around the United States, a huge selection of these opioid painkillers with slightly diverse effects and applications are available by prescription. Over the past 2 decades, our country's addiction on opiate painkillers has gradually increased and shows no signs of abating. Opioid painkillers were prescribed 259 million times in the United States in 2012. This is equivalent to giving each adult in the US a bottle of pills worth of medication. Here are a few of the most often used drugs. Frequently prescribed opioids. Morphine. Alleviation from moderate to severe pain. Codeine. Alleviation from moderate to severe pain. Less powerful than morphine and less sedative in nature. Methadone. Addiction treatment for heroin. Oxycodone. Stronger muscle relaxing effects with twice the potency of morphine for severe pain relief. Fentanyl. 80 to 100 times more effective than morphine for the treatment of extreme pain. Meperidine, propoxyphene, hydrocodone, hydromorphone, and oxymorphone are some further common opioid-derived painkillers. All of these medicines have a high potential for physical dependence and misuse, which is an undesirable side effect. Additionally, they may result in delayed breathing, a dangerously low heart rate, a coma, and even death. When opioid painkillers are used with CNS depressants or alcohol, the likelihood of these more severe side effects drastically rises. Even at the appropriate dosage, taking any opioid painkiller has the following short-term side effects. 1. Extreme sleepiness 2. Muscle tremor 3. Dizziness 4. Confusion 5. A lack of cooperation 6. Nausea 7. Itching,